Hey everyone, and welcome to my craft room. I realise that I've set this one up in the same time slot as my upline Donna, but anyone who finishes watching Donna can come over and watch the replay. So welcome if you've come over to watch the replay, and anyone who pops on live, welcome to you as well. Today I'm going to be previewing the Wildly Happy stamp set that is going to be released to customers on the 3rd of July in the new Stampin Up Catalog. There's the new Stampin Up Catalog. I can't show you the inside of it at the moment, top secret stuff, but believe me, it'll be worth waiting for. Just bear with me while I'm a bit distracted. I'm just going to get my computer right so I can watch as people come on. It always takes a bit of fiddliness. My mouse does horrible things to me. Where are we? Where are we? Here we go. Just bear with me. Sorry about this. Videos. There. Okay, so we should be set up now. Okay, so as I said, this is the new catalogue. Can't show you the inside as yet, but if you join up or become a demonstrator, you can actually pre-order from this catalogue from early May, so you get a month start on customers as a rule. There are some beautiful things in that. Bit of a sneak peek here with some beautiful wisterias, and so you can do some 3D projects there, and this beautiful sailing ship for the sailing enthusiasts in our lives. That's pretty special as well. But today I'm going to be looking at this one. This is the Wildly Happy stamp set. I think I was amongst a very select group at Onstage last weekend in Auckland who scored this one as part of Prize Patrol. So we were the very last number drawn. For any of you who have been to an Onstage, Prize Patrol is pretty special, pretty exciting. We all get given a number, and I was number 6, so we were drawn last, and we scored this one. So the oohs and ahs when this one was shown at Onstage were considerable, so I think we were quite envied when we scored this one in Prize Patrol. So what I've actually done here, and I'm trying to stick to items of products that are going to carry over to the next catalogue, but as you know, we have our favourites, and I have slipped some discontinuing, retiring items in there as well. Thanks guys that have come on so far. Karen, I can see. Michelle. Michelle's watching both. Well, you know, we're women, Michelle. We can multitask, that's for sure. Wendy and Kathy and Karen, thanks for joining me so far. Anyway, so this is one that I have done, a little card that I did in preparation for today's video. I tried when I was raising my boys to not be gender specific with the colours, but we do find ourselves doing blue for boys and pink for girls. But anyway, so I've done this one here that I think would probably be aimed as a little boy. So we've got the cute panda here, cute panda, little mum and baby panda, or it might be dad and baby panda here. So I've used this one. You see also the stamp set has a baby and parent elephant, which is quite cute, a little fox here, and some little bunny rabbits, which I thought were quite appropriate given that today is Easter Sunday, and some lovely little baby oriented sentiments as well. So wildly happy for you, sweetest baby, little one, so tiny, so small, so loved by all, which I think is quite sweet. So I've used that on with my panda. Also used some polka dot ribbon, and I've thrown in there, as I said, I couldn't avoid it. One of my favourite discontinuing items is the ribbon from Celebration that is just finished. So I think that goes beautifully with the twill, and I'll show you how I've combined those two ribbons there as well. Anyway, so we'll get on with the girl version. As I said, I don't like to gender label anyone, but pink for girls, I suppose. So what I've actually got here, and I'll just sit down, is I've got a base card, which is the standard base card. I do my base cards at 8 1/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches, score in the middle, so you get a 4 1/8 by 5 3/4 inch base card. Then basically, happy Easter, Kathy, and everyone who watches. So we've got the base card there. Then what I've done is I have cut another piece. Oh, this is petal pink, by the way, petal pink. I've cut another panel of petal pink that's 1/8 of an inch smaller, so it's 4 inches wide by 5 5/8 long, and I've run it through the Big Shot with the basket weave embossing folder and rounded the edges with the corner punch. So that's given me sort of a nice little effect there, and hopefully you can see the basket effect there as well. So that's going to go on the top of our card, and I think it's actually quite nice the way you get the difference of the corners being round on the top panel. So anyway, that's what I've done with that one. I'll just pop my embossing folder and my base aside. So this is where I'm going to be putting my decorations. So what I've also cut is I think that's a 2 3/8 inch, I'll just check, yeah, 2 3/8 inch stitched circle, which is quite sweet. So that's what I'm going to be stamping on. It's actually a bit smaller than the one I've got on the panda. The panda's that little bit larger, but I'm actually going to do this one with the cute bunny rabbits. And I have as well, if I can find it, a larger circle, like a plain circle of just plain vellum, and that's a 2 5/8 inch plain vellum. So they're going to, I'll set them on the card off centre just for a little bit of added interest. So really, it's quite simple, this card, once you've got all that preparation done. As I said, I'm going to have use the little bunny rabbit, and I'm just going to stamp him in Memento Black straight onto my stitched circle. So you could do this the other way, of course, stamp him first and then position your circle around him and cut it then, but I'm cool with it. So there he is. Oh, they are the two little bunnies. Notice I'm using my flowery Stampin' Up grid paper. Got it upside down actually, but yeah, it's quite pretty, isn't it? So I'll just get him cleaned off. Use my chamois. Started using my chamois more religiously. I'm finding it much easier now that I keep it constantly moist. Okay, so what I thought I would do, how I coloured my panda, I used a black watercolour pencil just to give him his black bits, and I didn't bother watercolouring it as such because I thought the pencil lines made it look like he was a little bit furry, which was quite cute. But with our rabbits, and given that it is Easter, and when it's Easter we see rabbits of lots and lots of different colours, I'm going to actually make my rabbits in light and dark petal pink with my blends here. So I wish you could see my blend storage. I can't quite turn my camera around. My blend storage is to die for. So all organised with the new Stampin' Up storage unit. Hi Angie, thanks for joining. Okay, so I've got the light petal pink here, so I thought I'd just start with the baby bunny first, and I'll just colour him. Now this petal pink is just the softest colour you will ever see. Sometimes you sort of, in the wrong light, you don't even know that you can be forgiven for thinking that you're not actually colouring at all, but hopefully you can see that he's got a lovely, the baby bunny's got a lovely hint of pink there. And I've left his ear white, so I thought I'd go into his ear with this is the dark petal pink blend, just to give him a bit of contrast there inside his ear. And I thought I would make the parent the dark petal pink all over, just to make him a little bit different to the baby. So it's the simplest colouring in you've ever done in your life. Just basically the stamp is really lovely for colouring. It's got that sort of feathered effect in the outlines. So you know, it's not too hard to get a lovely effect. So there's our parent and baby bunnies. Then what I also thought I'd do, just to add a little bit of interest, is I've got my light balmy blue and my light mint macaron, and I thought I would give it a little bit of, just a touch of a sort of a sky around the outside. And I'm actually going to soften this with the colour lifter once I've gone around the edges, just to give it that really soft background sky sort of watercolour type feel. So all the way around the bunnies, probably what, quarter of a centimetre, just following the outline, not very much, just sticking to the edges and following the edge. Is anyone, oh, how many? Sorry, my computer's now telling me I have to upgrade my virus software, which I really don't want it to do right now. So I hope everyone's had a lovely Easter, or having a lovely Easter. We've had the dreaded lurgy come into our home with my youngest son, who I'm pretty sure has the flu. Standard sort of flu-like symptoms of hot and cold and sore eyes and headache and everything. So he's been, woke up with him at about 1:30 this morning, so we've had a bit of an interrupted night, but he seems to be okay now. We've kept the drugs up to him since the morning. So there's, I've got the light mint macaron at the bottom there, and that's a little bit stark, a little bit harsh. So what I thought I might do is get my colour lifter, which I don't very often get out, but for this I think it's worth it. And what you do with the colour lifter is, well, what I do with it is just soften the edges of the mark. It does actually wet the card quite a lot, so it gets that sort of semi-translucent look to it. It's actually sometimes better to use the brush end of the colour lifter. Try not to go too close to the black mark of the black outline of your bunnies, or else you will find that the colour you're trying to put the pink will run as well, which is not what we want. We only want the softness around the sky and the grass that we've put around our bunnies. Sort of have to use a sort of a circular motion, and you do see the card become quite moist, but don't panic, it dries okay. I actually will use the, just to get it done quick, I will actually use my embossing tool. So we're all excited about the new catalogue. I know I'm excited to start pre-order. I did actually put in a premiere order at Onstage, or not long after Onstage, but it's not with the Easter break, it's not going to be with me till next week, unfortunately. So I'll do a little bit of an unboxing and some crafting with the things that I've ordered there, so just watch this space for that. And as I said, as a demo, if you're a demonstrator, if you join my team, you can actually pre-order from the new catalogue a month before the general public, which is a nice little perk. Okay, so I think those lines have softened quite nicely now. I don't know whether you guys can see that. Hopefully you can. I'll bring that up a little bit. Just watch that for a second. Yeah, so that's sort of softened quite nicely there, but it is quite damp. So if you forgive the noise for a second, I will just dry it off with the first setting of my embossing machine. So just bear with me. Do it from top and bottom so it doesn't curl your cardboard, and it doesn't take very long just to dry it off. Yeah, it did work well, didn't it, Wendy? Yes, Karen. Karen says they're so cute, and I agree, they are. I think that has interfered with my camera. Let's see how that goes. So that's just dried him off there, and you can see that the background has become so really nice and soft. I did prepare one earlier just in case that went terribly wrong, but I think they're both as nice as each other. Okay, so back to our card. So as I say, I have a little piece of vellum which I'm going to off center there, and I'm going to attach them both to the card like that. But before then, I'm going to use, as I did with my panda bear, I'm going to put a ribbon around there. So just turn it, I've got my embossed panel here, just turn it over. So I want my ribbon about halfway. Just going to grab a couple of small pieces of tear and tape, which I cut with scissors, if I can find my scissors. Where's my scissors? I have to use these ones. Just a couple of small pieces of tear and tape, just on the back, estimating about halfway. So I'll use my grid paper to work out where halfway is. That's about there. And the same on the other side. Just rip that off. I'm going to grab my polka dot ribbon as well, if I can. Grab my polka dot ribbon as well, unravel a little bit, and being a bit wasteful here, I'm going to take it all the way around the back. Could sort of cut it and use less, but I'm going to need to buy some more ribbon anyway, so I'm going to go the easy way today. Just pop that there, and sort of guesstimate how much I'm going to need for my bow. I really am going to have to find my other scissors because that can't cut very well. Where's my other scissors? Eek. No scissors. Oh well, these scissors don't cut ribbon very well, but we'll see how we go. There. Wonder where they got to. Best laid plans. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to eventually pop our circles and our little cute little bunnies on top of that ribbon. So the bow itself I'm going to put hard up on this left hand corner here. So prepare to be dazzled and amazed as Julianne does a bow. Not one of my talents. As I say, I have boys. We generally don't do bows in my family, but I'm getting a bit better at it. She says, fumbling badly. Okay, so that's got to go that way. There we are. And around, and this is a lovely ribbon to put into bows, because you don't have to worry too much about what comes out on top and what comes out underneath, because it's all the same top and bottom, so it doesn't matter if it twists a little bit, you'll still get a beautiful bow. So there we go, I've got my bow. These ends are a little bit long. I'll try with these scissors that don't cooperate. Oh, I'm missing my scissors. Anyway, we'll try here. Just cut nice little angle there, And the same thing here. Cool. Okay, so that's sweet. I mean, that's quite nice on its own. But as you can see, what I did with this one, I've used this beautiful balmy blue organza ribbon that we got during Celebration, which I think is my favourite thing in the whole world. Unfortunately, it didn't come in a petal pink, but it did come in a Grapefruit Grove. So what I thought I might do is just show you how I've done this with the Grapefruit Grove, which is pretty close to the petal pink. It's got that sort of apricot. So basically we've got our first bow here, so nicely there. So all I've done, and you've probably done it a million times when you're wrapping a present, is that I have sort of just taken it underneath the bow, and then I will tie it over the top of it. Just pull it in a little bit tight, not too tight, or your other bow will go a bit funny. And then just do another bow. 2 bows. Doesn't have to be a first for a video by me. Any bows really. Anyway, that's cool. Probably a little bit long there. And this again is another, that's why it's one of my favourite things. It is a beautiful ribbon to tie because it doesn't, it's quite forgiving. It doesn't care too much if you flip it by mistake. So I might just trim this one as well. Now my computer's trying to sell me software. Great. I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, so I'm just going to trim off my edges with my ribbon. Now I was going to use the silver, where was it? I was going to, I was trying to stick to on new sort of products that are continuing into the new catalogue, I was going to use the silver trimmed ribbon, which probably would have been just as nice as that second bow. So if you use your imagination, that would have been quite nice as well. So that one is continuing in the next catalogue, so there you go. But I do love this Celebration ribbon. I'll just trim that one. Oh, these scissors are atrocious. Can't find my Stampin' Up ones. Anyway, all good. There we go. Just why you got to get quality, guys. It just goes to show. Okay, so there we are. That's quite nice. So what I might do is I'll push, push the organza ribbon, into the other one, just so that they look like they're, they're all intermingled with each other. And that's quite sweet. What do we think about that? Is that cute? Oh, hey Sharon, thanks for joining me. My new friend from the land of the long white cloud. How are you? Happy Easter. Anyway, so Sharon and I met at On Stage. Kept on meeting at On Stage every time we went into a room. So there we go. So there's my ribbon there. So all I need to do now is add my little bunny. So what I might do is now add it to my base card. And I think I'm going to use double-sided tape for that. It's just I think it's much better with the embossing folder. It sort of gets a better, I feel more secure about the hold. So tear and tape, double-sided tape. Glue would have worked just as well. That's just my personal preference when I use the ribbon going all the way around. There we go. And I'm going to use dimensionals to actually add that circle. I don't know whether I'll use it on both of them. Yeah, I might glue the 2 circles together and put dimensionals underneath. So just make sure I'm around the right way. Just adding my embossed panel to my base card. There we go. Try and get it as straight as I can. There we go. Look at that bow. Isn't that pretty? Anyway, so then I'll glue together our circle of vellum and our circle with our little bunny rabbits on it. So put some glue. They're going to overlap a little bit, so I'll keep my glue on this left hand side or right hand side, depending on how you're looking at it. Thank you for the hearts, Wendy. Oh my goodness, Wendy's having a heart attack with the number of hearts she's given me. So there, just pop them slightly off centre. It's a matter of judging how off centre I want them, but I think that's quite sweet. That's just multi-purpose glue there, and I'll get some dimensionals and pop a few on there. I've recently been doing the floating frame cards that everyone in the world's been doing, and I've run my dimensional supply down, so if I seem a bit stingy on dimensionals, it's because I've been using hundreds of them on floating frame cards. So I'm trying to what's the word, economise a little bit until I get my next order in. Who else has joined us? Sorry if I've been ignoring you. Yes, Angie, I know she's live too, but I'd already organised things, so anyone can come and watch me on the replay. That's fine. No great hassle. I just wanted to get this one previewed so we can all get on with our Sundays. So I'm just going to pop that so that the little bunny is sort of central and the vellum sort of goes off to the right. And there we are. Oh, that's that part. So what do we think of that? Is that sweet? I think that's really sweet. Have a bit of a fight with my ribbon, but there. So as far as you can tell, I'm tired. I've got no energy at the moment. Might have to go and have a snooze after this. Tell you what, these kids are going to look after me. I am going to be the worst old person in the world. I'm going to require constant 7-day-a-week attention to get my revenge. So we'll do a little sentiment there. So on this one, I've put so tiny, so small, so loved by all. And I love the way you can see that polka dot really distinctive against the blue. It's a little bit harder to see on the petal pink, obviously, because it's a softer colour. But I really love that with the blue. I think this time, what are we going to do? We'll do something a little bit different. Sweetest Baby. How about that? Sweetest Baby. I've got all my stickers on, so I'm all prepared. Oh, now, don't remember not to leave your cling stamps on your pad, on your stamp blocks for too long. They can get quite stuck, which is good. You want them stuck, but they can get very stuck. I'll just pop this one on there. I'm going to find myself a little piece of Whisper. A scrap of, it's not really a scrap, is it? It's quite big. A piece of Whisper White. And stamp our Sweetest Baby. Just down here. You can still see that. Here we go. Put that there. So I'll do the same thing as I did with the little panda card, which I actually had a banner at this end, so I put it pretty hard up on this corner, on this edge, so pretty hard up on this edge, and I'll put the banner at that side, so I'll leave a bit of a gap there. So that's quite good. Give that a clean with my chamois. And I'll trim that off with my trimmer. Our soon-to-be extinct trimmers. I have to keep them and sell them. They'll be museum items, won't they? I know the blades already seem to be. How's everyone else getting with their blades? Have they managed to stock up, or did they leave it too late? I know I've got some ladies who just bought the trimmer, so I don't think they're overly happy about it being discontinued, but anyway, I'm sure something just as good or even better will come along. Okay, so I've got my Sweetest Baby, sentiment there, all trimmed down. What I'm going to do is use my tailored punch to give it the banner effect on the end. I like the tailored punch because it doesn't really matter if your sentiments are a little bit non-standard width. You can do a nice banner pretty easily as long as you can line it up straight. There we go. We've got our sweetest baby. And again, just pop that there on some dimensionals just so that it is at the same height as our bunny rabbits. So let's find those dimensionals again. Dying breed in the craft room at the moment. Use the edge, get a bit of use of that. Kathy, you ordered 5 lots of, yeah, probably a good idea. I've got some coming. I think I probably got the last ones in stock, because as soon as I did it, another lady rang me and said, I want to get some blades, but they're not there. So I think they ran out. Even though they told us at Onstage that they'd bought enough for 6 months, I think they went a little bit quickly. Okay, so there we go. So that's what I've done so far. And as I say, I tried to avoid discontinued items, but you know, when you've got embellishments this cute lying around, you should probably use them. So these are the Share What You Love artesian pearls, and I thought I would give it a little bit of a highlight. So I think this one here on the end here, I don't know what colour that's supposed to be. Don't think these have the colours on them, but this one here is probably a good match for our petal pink. I'll pop a couple of those on just to lift our design a little bit. Oh, come here you. And one down here, one up there, one down here. Cool. I haven't done the inside to this one, but obviously we need just a panel of white, and that's perfect for our personal message. Okay, so there we go. That's my stereotypical boy and stereotypical girl cards using the Wildly Happy stamp set, which is new in the 2019-20 or 2020 catalogue, which will be released in the next month or so. As I say, if you're a member of my team, if you're a demonstrator, you can order these a month before the rest of the general public. So, oh yeah, sorry Kate, that is the Take Your Pick tool. It's really great. So this is a spatula end, but when you flip it around, it's actually got a scoring end as well, so it locks in. So it's a nice sharp point for, what do they call that? That paper craft with the twilling. Anyway, but I use the spatula for the embellishments quite a lot. And this end here, which is the best thing ever, is a little putty tool. It's got a little putty end to it. So if you want to pick up really small, so say that was, I'll turn this over so you can see, say that was an embellishment sitting there, use my little putty end and it picks it up, and you can position it really, really well. So it also has, and I have no idea where mine are at the moment, it's got some other interchangeable ends with a, Wendy, can you help me? What are they? They're sort of, it's got a little ball on the end of it where you can use it for scoring and stuff like that, but that's the best tool ever. Use it a lot. Anyway, so there's those. I thought maybe I'd stamp the other images so you guys can see. Would everyone like to see that? I'll just stamp them on white so you can see what they look like. But I really do love those cards. Now I need somebody in my family to have a baby, and given that's probably not likely anytime soon, so that's really great. So I'll put those aside, and I'll just grab my white again, and I'll stamp these other images so you can see what they look like. Where's my white gone? White, here it is. Okay, so what have we got? We've got the bunny, you've seen. The panda bear, you've seen. I keep thinking of it as a polar bear, but it's not. Oh, got to get my ink, got to get my stamp off my block. as I just finished in telling you guys. So this is another good use for the spatula end of the tool. You can actually bring your cling stamps off without tearing them. As I say, they stick like glue. Anyway, so there's my to the rescue again. Okay, so we also have a little fox, which it's not something we're particularly happy to see down here in Tassie, if we have seen them. Sort of, some people think they're here, some people don't, but I know on the mainland they're quite can be quite a pest, killing the indigenous animals. So I'll just stamp him. What colour would he be? He'd be a brown, a reddy brown, wouldn't he? So there's the little fox there. Isn't that sweet? All curled up with each other. How could you not like an animal like that? Except if he's killing your chickens or something, who knows? So that's the little fox. Stylus end. Thank you, Wendy. I knew you would know. Wendy, for anyone who doesn't know, is our go-to girl. She knows everything. And if she doesn't know, you'll look it up for us, won't you, Wendy? You're our Mrs. Google. So there's our little fox and our elephant. The elephant's so cute. It was a toss-up as to whether I used the elephant or the panda, but I thought the panda would look cute coloured in. Cajun, oh yes, Wendy. Yes, Michelle. Michelle says Cajun Craze for our little fox. I think you might be right. Here's our elephant. Elephants. Aren't they cute? That is just glorious. I think I'm going to be using that one next. You did look it up, did you? Wendy's saying she did look it up for us. Well, that's why we keep you around, Mrs. Allen. I'll just get that one off. And what else is there? Fox, rabbit. Okay, so that's the four there. So it's the fox, the rabbit, and the panda bear. I'll just do the panda bear again just so you can see him without the colouring. Cute. Too cute. Or as Donna says, super cute. I'll have to find a saying of my own now. Donna's got super cute. Super awesome. No, I'm going to have to think of something. I'll do the sentiments too. So we've seen Sweetest Baby. We've seen the So Small. We've got Wildly Happy For You. So I suppose the For You can be used by itself, or it could be used in conjunction with the Wildly Happy. So Wildly Happy For You. They might not be straight, but I'd probably use my Stamparatus if I was going to do those together. But you'll see what I mean. So Wildly Happy For You. Oh, nearly went to rip it off. You would hear me scream all the way to the mainland, I reckon. I did something horrible to my new stamp. And a little one. That's the only one we haven't seen. So it's just a straight little one. There. How's that? That's cute too. Okay. How about I colour that little fox in Cajun Craze and we'll see how he looks, eh? So sweet. Okay, that's my saying, so sweet. It's funny, you say things you don't even realise you're saying them. It's like they just sort of, things, you know, slip out. Thankfully I don't swear, but that could slip out one day. If I can't find my scissors, I may well do that. Okay, so we're going Cajun Craze. So dark Cajun Craze and light Cajun Craze for our foxes. So can anyone remember what a fox is? A fox sort of lighter in the body and darker at that end of the tail, or is it, I don't know. I've only seen Basil Brush. I don't know what he was. He probably was. Or is it white at the end? Is it white at the end? I think they have a white tail. Anyway, so I'll try. We'll see how it goes. Not using it for anything, so no, nothing lost. So this is the light Cajun Craze. So as I did with the bunnies, I might make, oh, Michelle, yes, you've picked it. I might make the little fox light Cajun Craze. And they've got cute little noses, which you can probably make black. That's a perfect colour. Well done, Mrs. Wells. I knew you were clever, bunny. And I think that's baby fox in there. I'm not quite sure. They sort of been intertwined and it's a bit hard to tell where the mother ends and the baby begins. Which is probably white tail. Yes, I think so, Michelle. And white tail, white ends of tail, yeah. This is the dark one. So as with the other one, I'll just give him a little dark ear. And then we'll make Mum dark. Especially because they're intertwined like that, you'd probably have to do them slightly different colour, or you wouldn't be able to tell where one ended and one began. So I think this would also be nice in watercolour pencils if you had them, or markers obviously, or yeah, any of the Stampin' Up colouring medii. I think watching people colour would have to be the most boring thing in video, but anyway. You asked for it, and I'm doing it. Just try and be a little bit careful around there. And he does have little indents in his tail there, so I'm just trying to keep as much to one side of the line as I possibly can. Can you see that? I'm sort of, don't want to be covering it with my hand or anything. But that is the perfect colour. We're going to call that Fox from now on. And Mummy's there, and she's got like a little bit on her muzzle underneath, so I might leave that as light there. So I don't know how this one would go with this brighter colour. You'd probably have to be a little bit more careful in the background cardstock you chose. I should think maybe yellow. You could probably use this one where you want to be like gender neutral and go for a yellow or a green. That might be the way to go there. That would make sense. And I'm just going to get a little bit of black marker and give them a little black nose each. There. How's that? He's cute, huh? That's nice. That's sweet. So sweet even. So that's cool. Well, I do the elephants as well. Does anyone want to see the elephants? Yes, Wendy. The blends are, yeah, they're my favourite things just about. But they are an investment, so, and I do say that sometimes I have trouble with the odd one where the lid is loose and they dry out. That happens only very rarely, so you just have to be really careful. And when I have people here for classes, I sort of get quite strict about making sure they put the lids on properly. So yes, this, Michelle, you got that one. I'm going to do the elephants just so we can see how they looked, and obviously elephants are grey, even though I think when I was growing up I actually thought they were pink for some reason. Maybe that was Dumbo was pink. You could have pink elephants, I suppose. So this is in blends again. This is light and dark smoky slate. Oh, And their images are perfect for colouring. Yeah, the lines are they're sort of pencil lines almost, but it sort of makes it easier that you don't have to be really precise. I mean, it's nice to be precise, of course, but you know, because it's a little bit forgiving. That's Baby Dumbo, slightly darker ear, and then I'll just do Mum in dark slate. Mum or Dad. Probably Mum for elephants, I think. Isn't it the mums that hang around with the babies? I think the fathers just sort of wander in and then wander off in elephant culture. I was going to try and get some fun facts about these animals before I came on, but I was too busy getting prepared. So how big is a panda baby, or how big is a elephant baby, or something like that. Because I can't imagine a panda baby being particularly small, given how big it grows up to. And this would definitely have to be a lady, a female elephant, wouldn't it? Because she hasn't got any tusks. Assuming that that's only males. She's got lovely crinkly knees, lovely, you know, and there's that one done. How's that? That is cute. That is very cute. See you, Sharon. That is great. I think that's really, really nice. So that I can suggest to you is a must-have stamp set out of the new catalogue when it goes live. As I say, it goes live to customers on, I think, the 3rd or 4th of June. Just checking the catalogue now to see. But as a demonstrator, you can order a month early, so early May. As I say, my pre-order from OnStage should be with me early next week, so I'll do some more videos then. I have actually ordered this Magnolia set, which I think is absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to definitely do some preview videos with that. There's another couple in there that I think you guys are going to love. Anyway, so I think that's long enough for me today. Thank you for everyone who joined me live and everyone who watches the replay after they're finished over with Donna. It's been lovely to have you with me, and as I say, if you want to join my team, the Chatty Stampers, just contact me and I will let you, guide you through that process. And yeah, so have a happy Easter Sunday, and enjoy however many public holiday days you've got left, and I will see you all next week. So thanks for joining me. Goodbye. See ya.